guys, how you going? Okay, have I got some interesting things for you today? Okay, George said here's why Arrest Katie Hobbs is trending worldwide. John Thaler of Harris Thaler Law Firm claims he uncovered absolute proof showing that the Sinaloa cartel, formerly led by El Chapo, bribes high-ranking officials in Arizona, including Katie Hobbs, Adrian Fontes, I hope I said that right, Chris Mays, etc. The cartel allegedly uses this influence to rig, the selections, these ones here. Launder money using falsified trust deeds for single-family purchases, successfully traffics drugs and humans through the southern border, etc. Thaler claims that the cartel uses intimidation tactics to silence anyone that may be a threat to their extensive racketeering. The investigator also includes a declaration showing that in October 2020, they discovered 25,000 falsified of these, at a Maricopa County residence belonging to someone they were investigating with lots of cash involved. Thaler claims his team reviewed 120,000 documents over here and found tens of thousands of direct pieces of evidence proving the allegations. This is just a snippet of a much bigger story that deserves all the attention. Thaler is an attorney, and I doubt he'd be bringing these allegations forward without having all the corresponding evidence. It's interesting, isn't it? It's been happening for decades. Breaking: former New Mexico prosecutor and law professor David Clements gives incredible credibility to the cartel bribery reports coming out of here, Arizona. There you go. I think things are happening, guys, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Snarkish Dano said, read the comments. Heartening to see so many people waking up. Also amusing to see the similar verbiage of those opposing. Now this lady here, she's had enough. Ann Bauer said, my husband and I bought a second car last week. First time in our 17-year marriage we've owned a car per person. But after 2020 to 2022, we're done being dedicated small footprint environmentalists. We watch our fellow Earth Day folks strewing plastic-lined masks on every street corner, using multiple plastic wrapped in plastic COVID tests, killing mass transit, flying from country to country because, I don't know what this means, WFH? Who the effing hell made a nomadic life impossible? I don't know. Buying second houses they hardly occupy, and worshipping climate change lecturers who arrive on private jets. F them all. I'm done carrying my cloth bag to the store that wouldn't allow my cloth bag for 18 months because COVID. Waiting in the cold for the bus and working out a car schedule with my spouse. Good job, Greta. I'm now burning my fair share of fossil fuel. Oh dear. Okay, Elon Musk is having a bit of a AI existential angst today. Oh dear. But all things considered with regard to AGI existential angst, he would prefer to be alive now to witness AGI than be alive in the past and not. I don't know. I kind of thought, yeah, he's having a bit of a existential angst today. No, I'm kidding. I like making fun of Elon Musk. He does remind me of an AI. Maybe that's because he is like a father of the, what do you call it, Neuralink thing. That worries me. I'll support him sometimes, and then if he, I don't know about this Neuralink thing. I don't want a chip in my brain, thank you very much. Cat Turd said, this is a perfect example of the hypocrisy of the left. Mark comes to my page and calls me a fake, a liar, and I was working for Russia. Then after his hate-filled name-calling unprovoked attack on me, now plays the victim when I said something back and blames me for others attacking him. This is what the left does 24/7. They attack, and then play victim. Let it be known. And this person called Mark Said, this anonymous coward who never shows his face, cat turd too, retweeted me, and now I'm being subjected to a shitstorm of discriminatory replies against my wife's nationality, bully tactics and hate. Let it be known. Yeah, this is hypocrisy of the left. I know someone who does this. They attack others, and the minute anyone attacks them back, oh, they're bigots, they're this, they're that, oh my goodness. Hello Possum said, I don't want to alarm anyone, but I just had 12 jets from the RAAF fly over the Bay Area. Are we at war? This is in Australia, the RAAF, the Royal Australian Air Force. Let's see what the comments say. It's the Koreans, Black Evils, here for the Avalon Air Show. That was probably them. They were heading west. Oh, okay. It looks like the Korean Air Force stunt team. Yeah, likely story, that one. Big Bird said, anyone come across this post from SG? And now there's a lot of really weird things coming out lately, okay? Do you remember the Evergreen ships? 120 billion Evergreen cargo seized. 120 billion what? Cargo, what do you call them? Shipping containers, is that what they mean? 12,000 kids rescued, apparently. 1,350 dead found. 30 years of climate change weapons seized worth 40 billion. 6 stories of weapons, WMDs, guns, bombs, missiles found. 2 million vials of a fake deadly jab found. Nuke warhead heading to Romania seized. Ship was rigged with explosives. I honestly take this with a grain of salt. I can't confirm. Okay? I cannot confirm. Clown World in Sydney, Australia. Like we couldn't get any worse. Oh, no. Rainbow Christians together. No, thank you very much. Nope. See, this is what I say. Even it does. Our priests. It's Ash Wednesday. Glitter. Ash to go. Ashes to go. Remember, you are stardust. Oh my goodness. Queer Faces of Faith Pro Exhibition. I'm pretty sure God would strike you down, mate. Really. I really do. I really do think God would strike you down. Okay, now this was interesting. Okay, Elon Musk said, hope you have a good Sunday. First day of the rest of your life. Now, we know they make these, you know, what do you call it? The weird tweets, you know, that they actually mean something. I think it means something. I don't know. Messages. Okay. That's a film festival. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Obscure, that's the word I was looking for. We know they always post obscure posts like this that have different meanings, okay? I don't know, I'm just saying. Senator Babbitt said the left still don't seem to understand that they are the tool of the elite. We need more capitalism and right-leaning values, not less. Capitalism, conservatism and individualism has given rise to the middle class and has helped to put an end to feudalism. All these isms. Wow. Oh dear. And believe me, if you're even a millimetre to the right of all this WEF stuff, you are considered far right, okay? Chopper said, wow, to Centaur Reader. Sally McManus, another greedy company goes under, costing 1,500 of your members' jobs. Grow up and act like an adult. Supermarkets hit as trucking giant collapses in Australia. Scott's Refrigerated Logistics. Scott's RL supplies all major supermarkets, including Woolworths, Coles, IGA and Aldi, and it's understood the company has engaged in high-level talks with grocery executives about its collapse. And I believe that Daniel Andrews, the other day, that was Linfox, was it? Because if that was Linfox is another trucking company. And I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be happy with Daniel Andrews right now. Let me have a look. That's not working because I turned the keyboard off. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's have a look again for the first time. Okay. Lindsay Fox, yeah, Fox. We have Fox Transport, Lindsay Fox. There you go. Oh, where'd I go? I'll go out of that one. We'll go over to this one. Calvin Robertson said, why not ask not why your children need to spend time with drag queens. Ask why drag queens are so keen to spend time with your family. Let's have a listen.
Yesterday, I attended an event in South London protesting against drag queen storytime. I find it shocking how commonplace a drag queen storytime is becoming. Don't get me wrong, adults reading stories to children is a wonderful thing, it truly is. And having been a school teacher, I can tell you I wish more parents would read to and with their children. However, why does the LGBTQ+ lobby insist on conflating adult entertainment with storytime? This baffles me. Drag queens are, after all, adult entertainment. Men dressed as women, often scantily so, in a sexualized manner, performing a strip club routine, usually for cash. It's not my cup of tea, but in a liberal society, I appreciate that it is how some people want to spend their time. Over 18s, that is. In my opinion, for children to be exposed to such behavior is surely not age appropriate. As a former safeguarding officer, I can tell you until recently, it would most certainly have been considered a safeguarding concern. So what has changed? I've seen too many videos surfacing of drag queens performing in front of bewildered young children, with adults watching on in amusement, including allegedly in the local area I was protesting at yesterday. Whatever happened to protecting the innocence of children? Turning Point UK organised the protest this weekend and invited me to speak, which I was happy to do. What I was not expecting, though, was the busload of rent-a-mob hard-left LGBTQ+ activists to turn up. They yelled expletives, they threw eggs, and they held up some really horrendous signs, most of which I cannot repeat on air. But there was one particular suspect sign which read, "Queer joy is for all ages," which seems to expose their motives. They're saying the quiet part out loud. The hard left and the MSM will label the protests as far right, but since when has protecting children been an issue reserved to the far right? Once again, in a liberal society, adults can live their lives however they see fit, for the most part. And what goes on between two people behind closed doors, between consenting adults, is between them and their God. However, it's when they attempt to bring children into it that I feel, as a society,
I agree.
Queen story time. I find it shocking how commonplace a drag queen story time for the most part. And what goes on between two people behind closed doors, between consenting adults, is between them and their God. However, it's when they attempt to bring children into it that I feel, as a society, we should stand up and say no. So I leave you with the question. Ask not why your children need to spend time with drag queens. Ask why drag queens are so keen to spend time with your children.
Oh, I agree with that one. So if you're even slightly, like even a tiny bit right of LGBTQ, you're considered far right. Calvin said the hard left will respond, but pantomimes. it's a deflection tactic. They know panto is different to drag queens. They know the difference between family entertainment and adult entertainment. Why do they protest so much? Yeah, I'd like to know. I saw a LGBTQ person the other day. Ask what, say it was all right to call women cis women because the LGBTQ, they were labelled. Yeah, well, they gave themselves the label. Bunch of half-wits. Oh my, and they're still trying to label themselves. They, them, these, oh, God knows. John Cardillo said being told that Fetterman is essentially brain dead and it's being hidden because keeping him in office until August 18th avoids a special election which Republicans would most certainly win. This must be investigated. And now someone has wrote the August... No, it's not the date that... See, they pick on just the date. Yeah, this can... Apparently, Fetterman is on his deathbed by the sounds of it. But we'll see further on. There's a little bit more on that. Hopefully I've bookmarked it. Pat Brodie said, speaking, SCOTUS to review case that would remove JB from office and reinstate DJT over selections. Bit rigged. Via the MSN. Now, everyone be careful because everyone has said that this case has been denied. But this guy is saying this is a new case that was done today. Case was rejected for a second time last Tuesday. I think they're going in again. I don't know. No, it's a different one. This one's from today. And everyone's saying wrong. And he's going, no, this is from today. I don't know. All I say is use your own discernment again. Miss Dingo said anyone in Australia who doesn't realise the PM is gay must have been living under a rock for quite a long time. Just saying, as a gay person, this person is. Oh dear. Kind of knew that. His missus was just like a actress playing the missus, you know. Sorry, the wife. I mean, when I say missus, I mean wife. That's just what people say in Australia. Michael Knowles said, explain to me why this should not be illegal. Apparently, Paris Hilton has 20 boys frozen, male embryos, and is waiting for a girl. This is, I had a quick read of this, and honestly, it's the most unpersonal way to go about having a child. She will not bond with the child. Because what she wanted to do, she told the Glamour UK, she just made another attempt and was waiting to see if any of the new embryos were female. Her and her hubby or whoever had been talking about the future, then the world was shut down, so she was like, what do you think about us making embryos? What? Most normal people just say, what do you think about us having a baby? Oh my goodness. Then she revealed she'd been creating embryos 7 times. The net result had been 20, all of them male. She also recently revealed she had chosen surrogacy out of fear that going through pregnancy herself might trigger memories of past trauma she alleges happened while she was at Utah boarding school at 16, including involuntary gynecological exams. I don't know. I don't know. She's so scared of doing the physical part. You sure Hilton was steered towards surrogacy by Kim Kardashian? Well, what do you know? I have a feeling this is a lie. Sorry, it's just my opinion. And that she just doesn't want her body damaged. That is what I think. Just personally, it's only my opinion. Paul Sperry said Newland's role in the 2014 coup was not limited to phone calls. She travelled over to Kiev and helped organise street demonstrations against Yankovic, even handing out sandwiches to protesters. In effect, Obama officials graced a revolution provoking Mr. Putin. Is anyone shocked? Okay, Stu Peters said, what am I looking at here? Look at this. A body double? That was my original thought. Do you think this could be a Photoshop type deal? Or do you think he has a body double? But what are they doing in the same place? Because most of the time body doubles are hidden until they're needed. I don't know. What do you think? Here's the video, glitch in the matrix. Oh. Yeah, because he wasn't there a second ago. I don't know. Oh. Yeah, everyone's saying fake image. I don't know. Could be. Could be playing with people again. Nick Holt said Phil sold his Paddington home, which this is in Australia, in 2017 to plastic surgeon Daryl Hodgkinson and his wife Catherine for $5.3 million. Philip Adams, I assume the profits were used to reimburse the Gadigal people for the land you stole and then profited on. Because Philip Adams is here going, massacred, poisoned, enslaved, their children stolen, their lands taken, their religions, their culture and their languages destroyed. Yet there's a no campaign? Oh my goodness. I've already explained this part here. They weren't stolen. They don't survive. They were handed by the women to families because the women were not surviving either and they knew the children were getting attacked by their own people. But anyway, hey, I hope he did. I hope when he sold this, that he gave all that money back to the Gadigal people. Okay, what vaccine did she get? Oh, wow. Do people really think this is a lady? I don't think so. I really don't think so. This is not a lady. Oh. Is that a fake picture? God knows. Richard Cooper said, checkmate. Oh, listen to this. Okay. This is the kind of argument you get when you ask a feminist, like, what rights do men have that you don't have?
Would you describe yourself as a feminist?
Yes.
Do you believe in gender equality?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so how do you reconcile believing in gender equality, but also holding men to their traditional gender roles of paying for the first date?
Well, I'm just saying that's my personal view. A woman being a feminist is just doing whatever you want to do and not being bashed by society for that. And obviously, like standing up for like women's like rights and stuff like that. But I don't know, I just feel like this question's really dense.
My question is, if you believe in gender equality, don't you think you ought to split the bill on the first date?
No, because my main concern with gender equality is through, like, yes, in society, like, fixing that and through, like, the system. But, yeah, I don't, oh my God.
Wow. Well, that's all I can say is wow. Oh, I think women should pay their own way in the first date. Because, I mean, oh, seriously. Okay, that's not a thread, it's just that. Okay. I don't know, that just blew my mind. Wow. Rage Against the Vaccine said Hillary says Putin has perhaps done unknown medical and or mental health issues and isn't competent to be in power, thus amplifying a bizarre narrative introduced by Zelensky 2 weeks ago. Let's have a listen. What's Hillary saying?
Ultimately, the people closest to Putin, those who have to deal with him, those who he's keeping at the end of...
Look at the bags under her eyes. Mate, she's carrying some luggage under that.
40-foot tables while he issues bizarre orders. they're the ones who need to act. They need to act for the good of Russia. They need to stop him, whether or not this
Someone's panicking.
has turned into some kind of physical or mental problems that he either.
Projection, Your Honor. Projection. She's projecting. She's the one having... You can tell by her eyes. If it's not her, but I mean, whoever it is has got bags under their eyes, okay?
Had or has in some way come down with, we don't know. But his behavior is dangerous, and it's dangerous to the future of Russia.
Wow. Is that a threat?
So my hope is that the people who are watching him, those who get close enough to see in person his behavior, which is so erratic, that they can try to prevent him from doing things that will not only be tragic for Ukraine, but tragic for Russia too.
She sounds like she's calling for a Clinton side.
Not only be tragic for Ukraine, but tragic for Russia too. This should be stopped for Russia's sake.
Sounds like she wants to Clinton side someone. Oh, it's just my opinion. Common Sense Maori said from those on the ground doing the recovery, the slash had to have killed a lot of people. Slash tore many houses and vehicles to shreds. Imagine what it would do to a human being. New Zealand Greens, you lot should be taking accountability of this mass loss of life. A forestry slash. Guess who's responsible? The Greens in New Zealand. The hypocrites. New Zealand Greens, James Peshaw, Marama Davidson, Julianne Genta and Chloe Swarbrick. Labor and Greens stopped the burning of slash and collection of firewood from forests. They ordered slash to be left on the ground to rot. They are directly responsible for this result. And so are Australian Greens. They did the same thing over here and we had massive fires. Teach a man to fish and he'll eat for life. Give him someone else's fish and he'll vote for you. Jeez. These are the people. These are the dill pickles, right? That voted for this garbage. Okay. I don't know what I don't even... Forestry slash it is. Lovely. So they're the Greens and they want to cut down all the forests. Do they? I don't know. What do they do? What happened to it? Was there a landslide? What was it? Sorry, I can't work it out. I don't know. Let me have a look in the comments. Involuntary manslaughter. What did they do? Who did they hurt? 4 people remain uncontactable. 4, that's it. No, okay, excavating bodies in New Zealand. What happened? There must have been a landslide. Okay. Give me a look for, hang on. Just going to have a little searchy. Oh, when I can find where the search button is. New Zealand landslide? Oh, Cyclone Gabriel has caused widespread floodings, landslide and ocean swells across the island. This is the 3rd national emergency in New Zealand's history. Holy guacamole. Oh, turn that down, but wow. It's a bit of surge there. Bit of a surge happening. Massive waves. Yep, landslides, ocean swells. Oh, they're rescuing animals and everything out of there. Oh, guys, prayers for New Zealand. Jeez. Doesn't look good. Okay. So that's what went on in New Zealand, okay. AK-47 said, hot take. Just heard the Australian government wants to ban misinformation and hate speech on Twitter. They don't exactly say what they deem to be hate speech and mis or disinformation, but I'll assume they mean any tweets that is opposite to Australian government narrative. I'd say so, mate. The thing is, will Elon let them? This is what they want to ban. Say no to racism, say no to The Voice. 100%. What's also interesting, they only mention Twitter, Facebook, Insta, YouTube have all fallen into line with what the government wants. Wow. Better not, YouTube. Aussiebot said, get the pedos off the planet. Ozspark said, Hyde Park, Sydney, love it or hate it. Something like this walks past my family in broad daylight. God help it. This is in a park in Sydney during the day, okay? God. Simon Atiba said, Mr. T, hell no. How can you trust him? Can Orange Man be trusted with nuclear codes? He may lead us into World War III. He may just wake up in the middle of the night very angry with Melania or the cook and destroy the entire planet. This is what the Hillary Clinton camp repeatedly insinuated in 2016, but 4 years came and went with no new war. Now many on the right are warning we're actually on the brink of not just a new war, but World War III under Biden. Yeah, I agree. We were safer, stable and more prosperous. Even Australia was. Even though COVID hit, we were doing all right. Protect Australia's food and fibre, said replying to Albo. I'll show you, actually. What did Albo say? Cybersecurity is fundamental to the way every Australian lives, works and communicates. That's why it's a fundamental priority for us. In other words, we're going to have a cyber attack, okay? We've just announced we're appointing a national coordinator for cybersecurity, and that national coordinator is going to fail. Okay? And it wouldn't, it wouldn't happen if you had everything on paper. Bloody idiots. Anyway, World Economic Forum, Claire O'Neill, Minister for Home Affairs and Cybersecurity, is the Shadow Minister for Financial Services and Shadow Minister for Justice in Australia's Federal Parliament. She's a Fulbright scholar, a Harvard graduate, a published author and former mayor and council of the city of Greater Dandenong. Klaus Schwab, he's going to roll it. We're going to get a cyber attack, an economic collapse, new inflation record, a new war, everyone's racist, climate change, new old pandemic or global food shortage. Which one you reckon's coming next? And these are the whole lot of the puppets. Andrew Quinn said some of the Australian WF young leaders. The WF is a totalitarian fascist organisation using a Nazi model to spread links to the CCP. Who do we have? Edward Santow. I can't read it. This one. Molly Saddington? I don't know. Melanie Perkins, Claire O'Neill, Kayla... Is it M-U-R-N-A-N or M-U-M? Kayla Mulguini, Lucy McRae, I don't know who this one is. This half-wit here, this half-wit here, this half-wit here, this half-wit here. This half-wit twice, obviously. Oh, this half-wit, this is that lady who says she's Aboriginal when she's not. And this lady here. I don't even know who half of them are. How bad am I? Oh, dear. Anyway, good on you. Good on you, Australia. Australia's food and food. Protect Australia's food and fibre. Malcolm Roberts said I was suspended from social media for saying this exact same thing in 2021. You've come far too late to the party for anyone to trust you. Dom Perignon. 2GB said the Premier says there's no evidence that the jabs stop transmission in the workforce. Now he's changed his tune, right? Okay? Too late. Not only that, you know what he did? In Australia, you have to pay a $50,000 stamp duty when you buy a house, okay? You know what this idiot has suggested? He has said to make it easier for people buying a home, they're not going to wipe it out. They're going to let you pay $2,000 over 25 years. So $2,000 a year for your stamp duty instead of the $50,000 up front. How kind of him, hey? Could get rid of it. But no. The government would lose money. The Bradford file said Hillary Clinton is trending, which is a good time to remember she framed Trump for treason and was never raided. And I'll agree with that. Okay, on Truth Social, real DJT, this is the most dangerous time in the history of our country. World War III is looming like never before. In the very dark and murky background, leadership is solely responsible for this unprecedented danger to the USA and likewise the world. Hopeless. Joe Biden is leading us into oblivion. See, these kind of tweets make me think we're close. Tim Young said, why do the trans activists always harass churches and not mosques? It's interesting, isn't it? And why don't they go to the, Middle East? And fight for their rights over there? Kazi Novaks for me said, anyone that didn't fill in the census, did you get fined? We're still waiting for our fine. And I say no, I don't remember filling in any census. Oh dear. Look, I'm doing my own little protest against the government by not filling in censuses. Pauline Hanson said Anthony Albanese's broken immigration election promise means Australia is facing an influx of 300,000 plus foreign arrivals this year alone. Meanwhile, many Aussie families are struggling to find a house to rent, and those that do are paying a huge price. Shame on Labor. Yep, exactly. I agree. I agree with Pauline. Make Australian Pauline Hanson again. No, make Australia great again with Pauline Hanson. Tree of Logic said the bait and switch. WSPN Speculation News says National Senator John Fetterman has been declared brain dead and will be taken off life support early next week. His wife, Giselle Barreto, and a Brazilian-born American Antifa activist, philanthropist and Soros executive, is now flying to head office in Geneva to be reassigned. What do you think? Oh, no, I didn't want to click that. I wanted to click, yeah, there. Wikipedia updated their site 2 hours ago. I'm wondering why. John Carl Fetterman, born August 15th, 1969, serving as an American politician serving as... Okay. No, it doesn't give me anything. Is it spreading a lie? I don't know. I would like to know who the leaker is. Wasn't he always brain dead? Oh my goodness. I don't know, guys. At this point, seriously, do your own research. I really don't know. But that's twice we've heard the same thing. I don't know if someone's just spreading rumours. Mate said Jeffrey Joffa... Actually, hang on a sec. I'm going to try and look it up. Okay, I actually am finding Headlines USA. I don't know how good they are, but... Fetterman rumoured brain dead as Dems attempt to avoid special selections. His wife abruptly fled the country after he was hospitalised. The wife of John Fetterman left the country in response to a deluge of media coverage following her husband's latest hospitalisation. Checked into Washington, D.C. area hospital for clinical depression. Oh, her husband. 1 week ago today when the news dropped the kids were off from school, a media truck circled the home. The first thing I could think of was pack them in the car and drive. She got away, travelled as far away as Canada. Why is she running away? The senator's wife disclosed the family went zip-lining over Niagara Falls on the trip. Also talked about how joy and fun can and still must exist even when someone we love is in pain, and tomorrow who knows. Related, Fetterman's hospital visit turns into something much bigger after worsening. Didn't we hear he had another stroke? He's expected to receive treatment at the hospital for a period of weeks. Okay. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro has said he will not ask Fetterman to resign on account of his medical needs. Well, maybe he should be. Okay, let's see what Wikipedia says, because that guy said Lieutenant Governor of Pennsylvania from 2019 to 2023. It doesn't say ongoing. This doesn't say much. Okay, yep, okay. There's not much there. As far as I know, I don't know. Oh my goodness. Okay, anyway, like I said, use your own discernment. Check out things. I'm not sure if that's true. Mate said Jeffrey Joffakorf won't serve a day in jail after he attacked a 14-year-old boy in a really bad way, and he was 44 at the time. This is incomprehensible. Why is County Court Judge Jared Mullally so soft on crime? Because he's probably one of them. Joffa the Dirty B received a wholly suspended jail sentence. Oh no. Okay, this is him. It's official. Jeffrey Joffakorf is a convicted pedo, but he won't spend a day in prison. For attacking a 14-year-old boy in 2005, he's received a wholly suspended sentence after earlier pleading guilty. Oh my goodness. He learned this sentence from the comfort of his home in Queensland as his victim sat inside the county court. He'll be a registered sex offender for 15 years. Judge Mullally said the offending was depraved, but this was a one-off episode, an anomaly in an otherwise law-abiding life. No, Judge, no. These people cannot be rehabilitated. Better a milestone be hung from their neck and them to be thrown in the ocean. Don LaCrae, breaker of narratives, says Malcolm X's family is suing the FBI, NYPD and CIA 58 years after his death. In December 2022, newly released government documents confirmed that they actually killed Malcolm X and JFK attempted to expose the Democrat Party. This is why LBJ knew he would have, oh no, I'm not saying that, voting Democrat for the next 200 years. Black people. So Lyndon Johnson, isn't it? He knew that his party removed all the opposition and paid off all of our activists. Wow. Tom, they removed that video from the internet of LBJ saying that. Do you think you can find it? That would break the narrative immediately. Wow. Goodness me. The Real and the Facts said it's like we don't exist. Filed a class action lawsuit. A filed class action lawsuit alleges that Norfolk Southern went rogue when it decided to blow up 5 train cars containing deadly vinyl chloride 3 days after the derailment, effectively poisoning the town region nearby. Does anyone else think that they did this to also take the focus off the Nord Stream pipeline that Biden ordered blown up? About 1.1 million pounds of toxic vinyl chloride spilled and later burned, sending thick black plumes of smoke into the air and contaminating soil and water sources, the suit claims. A spokesman for Norfolk Southern told the Post that the company consulted experts, including Governor Mike DeWine, after discovering 2 days after the crash that the pressure relief devices in one train car had stopped working. He also said it had to take action in the form of a control burn to avoid what the company called a potential catastrophic failure of the cars. Do you believe them? Go after them, because I'm pretty sure BlackRock's part of this. Go and get all their money off them. The National Safety Transportation Board report backs up Norfolk Southern's description of the rising temperature in the one train car and why the company decided to explode the chemicals over East Palestine. But there are many who wonder if there was a better way. The company's decision was very suspicious, Renee Rocha of the Morgan & Morgan law firm and one of the lead attorneys on the class action case told the Post. Norfolk Southern discharged more vinyl chloride into a small area in eastern Ohio in a day than the entire industry's combined of America discharge in a year. Rocha also said that the state of Ohio has eliminated punitive damages so that the most Norfolk Southern would be ordered to pay the residents of East Palestine would be a total of $350,000. That's for all of them, is it? Norfolk Southern countered by saying it already shelled out $8 million in aid to the town, including controversial $1,000 checks paid to residents, as well as money for new equipment and community fund, and the cost of preliminary testing of the town and its residents. The company is worth $51 billion. What they could have done and should have done is remove all the vinyl chloride from the train cars and put them in secure containment vessels, Rocha said. They then should have evacuated tons of soil and monitored and remediated the soil and groundwater. The railway company repaired the train tracks and put some new gravel on top and began running trains one day after the so-called controlled explosion. COSA and the hundreds of residents at a town hall organised by COSA and River Valley Organising have not been impressed by the railway company's efforts to help the town, particularly the $1,000 checks which several residents told the Post they only got after signing something saying they would not ask for more. They should never have signed, but desperation forces people to act irrationally. I don't care if you hate me because I beat you up years ago or not, COSA told the town meeting underneath a big sign reading, "Make Norfolk Southern Pay." We all have to put our differences aside and show the world we are East Palestine strong. We are at war with corporate greed, we need accountability and we need answers. We are here to make our town safe, and by the way, don't tell us we aren't getting sick, it's all in our head. We are getting sick. COSA's hearing included a panel with scientists from the University of Pittsburgh, an environmental lawyer and a veteran Ohio hazardous materials expert. None of them painted a rosy picture of the town's future, despite Norfolk Southern's insistence that the area is safe and will be cleaned up and tested more. The experts listened as desperate residents asked about the safety of breastfeeding their babies and getting water from their wells. Planting season is coming soon in an area where there are many farms. One woman cried when she spoke about her worry over pregnant goats. Stephen Lester, a Harvard-trained toxicology at the Center for Health, Environment and Justice, with 40 years of experience, said the hot zone at East Palestine was among the most concerning he has ever seen, and stressed the dangers of the chemical dioxin that was released during the controlled burn and that will be embedded in the soil and water. Until the government takes this seriously, there are going to be real problems, Lester said. It's criminal that the EPA didn't come forward with information about dioxin and start testing for it. Jason Trotsky, a telecom project manager, told the Post He is one of the lucky ones in town. His mortgage is paid off and he has enough money to move his family to an apartment outside the red zone where his house sits. He, like many others, worries about people like Shelby Walker and her family who live in a house a few yards from the epicentre of the crash and explosion and cannot afford to move even though they feel sick. The bad smell comes and goes, Walker said. Yesterday was the first day in probably 3 or 4 days that I could smell anything. I lost my smell and my sense of taste. I had an eye infection in both eyes. I was having respiratory issues like I was just out of breath. Other members of my family have had eye infections and strep throat. The cleanup crew drives past us at night and won't even look at us. It's like we don't exist. No one has reached out to us or told us anything. We're not going to shut up, she said. We're not weak, but we need support. We're here for the long run. We're going to do it ourselves and we're organising from the ground up. There you go. Ohio train disaster exposes the dark side of plastics. That looks horrible. The problem with class action suit they filed against the railroad, Ohio, only allows $350,000 settlements. Norfolk Southern is worth $60+ billion. Many of the residents signed off for a desperately needed $1,000. It's a disgrace. The railroad took advantage. The government is taking advantage. As an aside, there are many farms in the region. With all the farmland and food storage facilities being burned of late, it makes one wonder. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. I'm babysitting again tomorrow. We've changed the days. So I'll probably be back with another video tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be going live on Wednesday morning, which is probably going to be your Tuesday night over in the UK and the US. Okay, so I hope you can join me, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, guys, bye.